of the soul tonight. It is a full moon tonight, so I'm here to do tarot readings. Oh yeah, that's right. My husband pointed out it's the strawberry moon. So yeah. Yeah, I don't really know what that means either, but I know that each month it's a different, it's like according to the farmer's almanac or whatever. And the moons change each month. So this one is a strawberry moon.
All right.
So yeah. Oh, Kathy is here. Welcome. Welcome. If you don't mind letting me know, does it sound okay? It's really hot and we have the air conditioner going, and so I didn't know if that was affecting the sound at all. You just hear voices. Good. That's what we hope for. Nothing like the loud humming of the AC. Oh, yeah, maybe the music. Did you not start it? Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad we just hear voices. We're heading upstairs. Thank you for getting me set up. I appreciate your help. Okay. So yeah, I'm here to do readings tonight. Kathy, how are you doing? How's life at home for you? Was your mom able to get her affairs attended to? Is life going okay? Yeah, it's an interesting night. Full moon energy. Our neighbor was out today with his drone flying overhead, so that was interesting, neat to see. It's cool people actually have drones. Cool somebody around us has one. She is able to transfer the money to her account. Good. I'm glad that ended up working out as you hoped it would. So you don't have to worry about losing that money in the event of the transfer. So yeah, I'm glad that went positively. So yeah, just having a good night, vibing, looking to share good vibes with the community. So I've done all my decks. They're all ready for the evening, and we don't have anybody in the queue yet. So I'm going to grab my manifestation deck and just shuffle that and let that guide my words. Moonlit Ava, hey, welcome. I'm glad you're there. Hope you're having a good morning. Glad you get to join me. Yeah, positive vibes. Okay, let's see what the cards have to say. Perspective. Your reality is shaped by how you see the world. A shift in perspective creates new possibilities. Reframe challenges as opportunities. Train your mind to find expansion in every situation. I love that perspective. And like the picture in the card is of like an open door or an open window leading into like this beautiful galaxy and landscape, and just perspective is all about how you see things. And if you can change how you see things, often you can change your connection to things. I lived in a lot of self-doubt and worry, and fear, and all kinds of negative attachments to self. But I was able to get to a place, um, uh, I was able to get to a place where I could see how those negative attachments were affecting me, and I was able to reframe my perspective to be able to see things more positively, which enabled me to connect more positively to my moments, which meant I'm living more positively in the life I lead, which is everything I hope for. So perspective is a wonderful gift to find. I think Taffy said, I think most of the negativity in the house came from my dad. Well, you were dealing, if, I'm sorry to ask, and I apologize if this is any kind of rude or blunt or whatever, but did your dad pass away? Is that why the money was able to be transferred? Are you grieving and now feeling a difference in the house? And I'm sorry the negativity was coming from your dad. That's not easy. My own dad brings negativity, and not easy. Emotional distance or fear of closeness may be blocking connection. Open your heart to deeper bonds. I was going through and doing readings, and this idea of emotional distance. Sometimes we hold ourselves back from opening ourselves fully because XYZ. We're scared of something. We're fearful of rejection, of not being met for who we are. Whatever might go into the reason to hold yourself back. So often people hold themselves back in love, and that's ultimately the distance that comes between people. When you don't give yourself fully to love and let yourself get close and intimate and bonded, you're missing it. You're missing out. And I like the idea of feeling close. And I think that forms deeper bonds no matter how long someone's meant to be in my life. And I see, Ava, you joined the queue, so yay. We can jump in and do a reading for you. So yay. What kind of reading can I get for you? So Ava, when you're ready, just let me know what kind of reading you'd like. We can figure out what deck, what spread, what works for you. Well, maybe I'll break out that deck while we wait for Ava to give me something to talk about. I don't want to sit with dead air. That's not good. We'll see what the cards have to say, and I'll just leave this out instead of getting it back and forth. Oh, there we go. I want a reading on current friends I am surrounded by. How should I maintain properly? I'm talking about online friends. I am server mode, and they trust me too. So just curious, what do they think about me truly? I can see what the cards have to say, but I can't read energies of people. But I have this build happy love spread. And the first card is how best can I cultivate satisfying relationships. The second is what will help me let go of my attachment to pain. So the fear that is getting in the way of these relationships you're trying to build. What qualities will attract future love? Not meaning romantic love, but friend love, because you want to have a deep bond with these people. What is my current relationship status teaching me? So relationship status meaning in this friend zone that you're in, what's it teaching you? And how best can I align to the frequency of love? And then I think that's always a good question, to align ourselves with love. If we want to feel positive relationships with others, how to align with that. Yes, exactly that. Okay, awesome. We will do that. Okay, so 5-card reading. How best can I cultivate satisfying relationships? That's what I meant and wanted. Perfect. I'm glad this is what you wanted and what you were hoping for. Glad we could get you something that works. So let's see what the cards have to say. And since this is friends, I'm going to read the love meaning with the cards as well, the keywords that go with the love side of the description, so you can have that. How can I best cultivate satisfying relationships? The High Priestess. What will help me let go of my attachment to pain? The Empress. What qualities will attract future love? 8 of Pentacles. Or no, 4 of Pentacles, sorry. What is my current relationship status teaching me? The Magician reversed. How best can I align to the frequency of love? Queen of Wands. Okay. So how best can I cultivate satisfying relationships? The High Priestess reverse. Repressed intuition, hidden motives, superficiality, confusion, cognitive dissonance. The word that stands out to me before I even get to the rest of it is hidden motives, because you're wondering how they feel about you. You don't trust surface level how they treat you. There's question about what's behind that. And so that right there speaks of a great way to figure out how to connect better to people. Why do you feel they're not treating you the way they're treating you? Why do you feel there's something else behind the way you're interacting with them? That fear or paranoia or doubt or anxiety, however it manifests for you, that gets in the way of having a healthy relationship. When you're worried if somebody is being negative behind the scenes with you, you're not engaging fully in a positive relationship. And that can ultimately get in the way of building meaningful and lasting bonds with anybody. That mistrust, that doubt, that fear, it becomes a wall that blocks a meaningful connection. When it comes to the High Priestess reverse, it can mean that you are finding it difficult to listen to your intuition. It is time for you to meditate and try a new approach, for at this moment the rational approach will not work. You must never be afraid to ask questions of yourself that may illuminate a new path forward for you, one that is more authentic to your inner self and your individual values. I like that. As you're talking about friends, be authentic to your inner self and your individual values. You want people that like you for who you are, that know you for who you are. And so if you can be your authentic self, if people come into your life, you can trust they like you for who you are. But if you're playing a shadow of who you are for people to make them like certain parts of you while you hide away other parts you're scared they'll reject, that's another unhealthy tactic for being in relationships. We want people to accept us as we are, not as we have to pretend to be, not as we perform to be, just as we are, good, bad, and otherwise. And trusting that people see us as we are means that we can see people as they are, and that's where the connection and bond is formed, because there's no pretending, there's no guessing. You just like each other, and that's enough to be happy and share positive memories with. What will help me let go of my attachment to pain? The Empress. It's interesting, the High Priestess and the Empress are back to back. The High Priestess is number 2 and the Empress is number 3. So what will help you let go of your attachment to pain? Divine feminine, sensuality, fertility, nurturing, creativity, beauty, abundance, nature. So I like this, the soft, sensual side of life. That is what will help you let go of pain. Women can be kind, gentle, nurturing, compassionate, giving, and all these soft qualities. And that's really what connecting to other people needs, soft qualities, to be accepting, to be compassionate, to be generous, to be kind. These things ingratiate you well with other people. And so if you have these soft skills, that can heal the past of people who didn't have those soft skills. Because if you're learning how to share them with others, perhaps the people in your past didn't have those skills either. And so you can let go of the pain that comes with a past full of unfulfilled connections and step forward into a new path of making meaningful and lasting connections with people, no matter how long they're meant to stay in your life. What qualities will attract future love? 4 of Pentacles. Oh, I see this card as like a warning of what not to do. Possessiveness, insecurity, hoarding, stinginess, stability, security, savings, materialism, wealth, frugality, boundaries, guardedness. These are all very negative, very closed off, and like limited kind of mindsets to be in. And so if any of those apply, those are great ways, great things to let go of to attract future love. Because if you're insecure, you're not going to trust the love that's in your life. If you're possessive, you're going to be controlling and manipulative and try to influence people unfairly in the relationships you're in. If you're hoarding, that means you're holding back on love instead of sharing it freely. If you're stingy, it means you're not giving yourself as freely as you expect others to give. All these things, if they are true of yourself, it's not going to go out, ripple out to create positive relationships with others. So this card is a good warning point for what to watch out for when dealing with others. The Four of Pentacles represents our financial mindset. And financial mindset can be wealth in regards to love. This card tells the asker to review their relationship with money and consider whether they possess a mindset of scarcity and fear of not having enough. See, and that's why it can be about love, scarcity, not having the right kind of love, not having enough love in your life, not worried about love being wrong, right? That's a scarcity mindset, that you are not fulfilled by the love in your life. Or fear of not having enough. That's also with a scarcity mindset, that you have love in your life, but you worry that it's not the right kind of love, or that it's not honest, or it's not truthful, or there's hidden motives behind it. Ultimately, this card just speaks of the inner blockages we put between ourselves and others, and ways we try to unfairly influence love to affect us. This card encourages the asker to reassess the belief systems underpinning their financial life while also considering implementing new habits or a financial plan for the future. The upright love meaning is clingy lover, jealousy, feeling insecure, or holding on to the past. Again, all of these things are ways that get in the that come between having a healthy relationship. Being clingy means you're not secure in your sense of self. You need somebody else to prop you up to feel good about yourself. That's kind of a turnoff because people want to meet their equal. They don't want baggage to carry around to be in a relationship with. Jealousy. That is a surefire way to put negativity into a relationship. Not trusting the person you're with, worrying they're going to be with somebody else. That's just unhealthy even talking. Like saying those words, it sounds so unhealthy. And lived experience, it brings a lot of drama when you're jealous. Feeling insecure, the same thing. When you're insecure, you don't trust that the people see you for who you are or love you for who you are. And when you can't trust that other people love you, it's probably an indication that you don't love yourself enough and you're using external validation to prop yourself up. Holding on to the past. I don't get jealous easily. Good. I'm glad that's not something that applies to you. It's good to be secure and trust people. I believe when you're a trustworthy person and you extend trust to others, people are going to live up to your expectations. There's the casual people that might come into your life and break trust. But by and large, I think most people are upstanding people and they just want the chance to be positively received by others. And so when you extend trust, that gives that positive reception that they're looking for, and it starts to build the relationship from there. Okay, what is my current relationship status teaching me? The Magician reverse. So this is another, you got, the Magician is number 1, 2, and 3 in your reading. That's really cool. The Magician reversed. Okay. Manipulation, cunning, trickery, wasted talent, illusion, deception. When you obtain the Magician reverse, it might mean it's time for you to implement some changes. While right side up, the Magician represents true power, the reversed Magician is a master of illusion. And I think this fits because right now you have these friendships, but you don't trust them. Like you have it seems positive connection going, but there's something on the inside that makes you not believe what you have in your life. And so that means the love in your life is an illusion until you choose to believe it's real. And so I think that's what your current status is teaching you, that you can be surrounded by positive connections. And if you don't trust those connections, then how surrounded are you? How positive are the connections? Because obviously they're not breaking through that wall and getting down deep to where you trust that, yeah, this is real and I'm really in it for the moment. And we're really coming together and making memories. If you don't trust that, then it's an illusion. It's like it's not there. Consider whether the reverse magician is in your circle or whether it might represent your current state of emotions. It may indicate that you are becoming obsessed with power, which could lead to wrong and reckless decisions, eventually leading to your downfall. I don't know what's power, but as a lot of the as the Four of Pentacles and even the Magician was talking about these negative ways to deal in relationships, that power is something that comes in relationships. People think they have power to influence relationships more than they do, and they use that power unfairly, and it creates a wall around people and the relationships they have. Because if you're trying to manipulate, pull puppet strings, and get things just to be the way you want them, there's no freedom. And if there's no freedom, you're just crushing the butterfly in your hand. You're supposed to let it fly free, because if it comes back, it was always yours. And if it doesn't, it never was. But crushing the butterfly to keep it for yourself just crushes the butterfly. You don't get to feel the love. You don't get to feel the positive energy. It's a distraction, an illusion. How best can I align to the frequency of love? Queen of Wands. Confident, self-assured, passionate, determined, social, charismatic, vivacious, optimistic. The Queen of Wands represents self-confidence, independence, and courage. I love this. Self-confidence, believing in yourself, loving in yourself, and meeting others as an equal instead of as an inferior. Independence, being strong in who you are, being okay with who you are, and having the courage to be comfortable that who you are is enough. And if people aren't okay with that, then they can just move on by. This card symbolizes the growth that takes place along the journey to becoming a strong and self-assured individual. The Queen of Wands acts as an extrovert, enjoying healthy and inspiring competition. Such a person is able to create an atmosphere of confidence that attracts others. So yeah, I like that. Confidence is key. What you feel about yourself is what others will be attracted to. So if you lead with confidence, with comfort and surety of self, then that is where others can meet you and get to know you and then learn to love you. And so it's just about embracing authenticity and letting that guide your way forward. So yeah, I hope that it seemed like that was resonant. I feel like we got a lot of good words there from you during the reading. I appreciate you letting me do a reading for you, Ava. I hope it gave you some insight and information and inspiration for what you needed to hear. Do a reading for myself? I could do that. Let's see. We will do, yeah, I'll do a reading for myself. I don't normally do that. Let's see what the cards have to say. Oh, let me mix them up first. So I have this deep dive into life spread. I think that's a good spread to do for the full moon. Take a deep dive and get a fresh perspective on life. The first card is the current life theme. The second card is how is my past affecting the present. The third card is how can I best help and support life's theme. Fourth card is what beliefs or habits are no longer serving me. And the fifth card is what opportunities are getting ready to emerge. Okay, so let's see. Current life theme is the first card. Ace of Cups. How is my past affecting the present? Second. Seven of Cups reversed. How can I best help and support life's theme? Two of Wands. What beliefs or habits are no longer serving me? Four of Cups. A lot of cups. What opportunities are getting ready to emerge? The Chariot. Okay, so let's see. My current life theme is the Ace of Cups. Love, new feelings, emotional awakening, creativity, spirituality, intuition. The aces indicate new beginnings. The Ace of Cups represents love, renewal, emotional well-being, and creative expression. It's a beautiful card that signifies a period of connection and fulfillment. The Ace of Cups represents a positive flow of energy and camaraderie. It can also indicate a mutually beneficial friendship that brings happiness and deep emotional satisfaction. Yes, I would say this is definitely a resonant card for me. I have been dealing with a lot of anxiety and I'm in a manic phase right now where I'm struggling to get through my days. But there's this new internal motivation to act and do more instead of just letting the anxiety and discomfort overwhelm me into nothingness. And so I'm trying to be more active. And I'm here tonight on a streaming when I would have probably canceled usually. So I'm new beginnings, definitely something for me. I'm trying to be more active. I accepted plans for 4th of July to have a cookout at our house. Even though I'm in this state, I'm pushing myself to do things that are challenging, even though it's not easy. I think it's going to be worth it in the long run. How is my past affecting the present? Seven of Cups reversed. Lack of purpose, disarray, confusion, diversion, distractions, clarity, making choices. The reverse Seven of Cups card is also related to choices. The querent may currently feel trapped by their circumstances and confused about their next steps. For me, this card is about choices, and the past is just that. It's the reason that I make the choices that I make now. Everything that I have been, that I don't want to be, that I want to be, it's led me to where I am now. And who I am is a reflection of everything that's come before. And so everything that comes before weighs into every choice I make. And so, yeah, that Seven of Cups definitely resonates because my choices are what dictate how I move forward, but they dictate how I feel good in my now moments. So choices are everything to me. The reverse Seven of Cups reminds the querent that they have more options than they think. They are encouraged to reconnect with their larger objectives and drive their decision making forward, even if it feels scary at the moment. I'm not really good at making decisions. So for me, it's usually path of least resistance, what feels right in the moment and is the easiest thing to make happen. That's normally what I do. So this new beginning is challenging that. It's getting me to do something different that isn't necessarily easy and isn't necessarily the most simplistic way to move forward. How best can I help and support life's theme? Two of Wands. Planning, first steps, making decisions, leaving comfort, taking risks. The Two of Wands cards means that you are beginning to envision your objectives and long-term goals before you set out to achieve them. In summary, the Two of Wands meaning revolves around making decisions. In other words, you are either satisfied with your current knowledge or you are moving forward and taking risks. Well, I think I'm both. I'm satisfied with my current knowledge. I'm not interested in deepening my learning, but I do deepen my learning through life's experiences, through the choices that I make. And so the riskiest choice I make is just to be myself, because ultimately that's the only thing I have the power to control or influence is how myself I choose to be in a moment. And so I can help and support these new beginnings by nurturing this new motivation to get out and do things apart from what I usually want to do, which is nothing. What beliefs or habits are no longer serving me? Four of Cups. Apathy, haha, calling me out. Apathy, contemplation, feeling disconnected, melancholy, boredom, indifference, discontent. The Four of Cups represents boredom, self-isolation, and blockage. The querent may currently feel dissatisfied with their routine, unmotivated, or stuck in a rut. This card signifies that there are opportunities flowing towards the querent, but they have shut themselves off from receiving these gifts. This may be a result of having been hurt or rejected in the past. Well, I know that opportunities are always flowing. It's just with my apathy, I tend not to act on them. So more often than not, what happens is the bare minimum instead of me going out and actively participating and making things happen. So I can see how that would be something that no longer serves me. I need to take an active role in my life. And this Ace of Cups energy, asks me to be an active part of the new beginnings that I'm finding myself drawn towards. What opportunities are getting ready to emerge? The Chariot. Success, ambition, determination, willpower, control, self-discipline, focus. The Chariot tarot card is all about overcoming challenges and gaining victory through maintaining control of your surroundings. This perfect control and confidence allows the Charioteer to emerge. Everyone join the queue, don't be shy, right? Everybody's welcome. Just might be a slow night. It's a little earlier than I tend to get going. Normally I'm going around 10 o'clock and we're only just now at 9:30. This perfect control and confidence allows the charioteer to emerge victorious in any situation. You will be able to stay on the chosen path if your decision is firm. Your strategy should be to move forward decisively and have a clearly defined goal. That's a hard one for me, making a clearly defined goal. It's making a decision and then following through with that decision over and over and over again. And I don't often have it in me to make a decision and follow through on it. That's why I like the passive way of receiving what life offers me, because it means that I can be happy no matter what I get. I don't have to go chasing things to go get it. Making a goal feels like chasing something. And like the only thing I feel like chasing is world peace, but that's so world consuming that it feels daunting to be able to do anything in the micro world of where I can influence. So I need to set a goal that isn't world peace. It's something more realistic, more humble, more workable, because I can't change the world if I can't change myself, and I can't change myself if all I can think about is changing the world. So yeah, that's an actionable step, to work on myself in the direction of acting more than I worry about world peace, because that's really one of my struggles. Because it's not peaceable, I don't feel comfortable living the blessed life that I lead. And it's like a martyrdom complex almost, because like I'm willing to sacrifice my happiness because other people don't know the happiness that I know. And it's silly, because if I was blessed to lead the blessed life I lead, I should be happy leading it, not getting in my head and blocking out that happiness because other people don't know the goodness I know. It's silly, and I can talk you through it, but it doesn't stop me from being that way. That's the fun about me. Yeah. So we don't have anybody in the queue. So we'll go back to the manifestation deck and see what it has to say. Resonance. You attract what you vibrate. Your energy is aligning with your desires. Elevate your vibration. Engage in high frequency activities like joy, love, and gratitude. I love that. Your vibe attracts your tribe. And so whatever you ripple outward is what's going to be attracted to you. And so I like to think that living a happy life means sowing positive energy into every now moment, because the more you weave good energy into your now moment, the more good energy you're going to have pulled into your future moments that are connected to the weaving you're doing right now. And so I think of that, I like that word, resonance. If you're loving the vibe that you have right now, your vibe is going to attract more of that in the future. So keep vibing and keep attracting to that. Find the resonance with yourself and with others, and just live on that happy, harmonious vibe. And things like joy, love, and gratitude, they just fuel the fire of resonance. When you're happy, when you're joyous, life feels so good. You can't imagine it not continuing to feel good, even when hard times come about. And then love. Love is abundant. And when you can appreciate the abundance of love, you'll know that you're truly wealthy and prosperous in just this soulful way that really just makes moments magical. And then gratitude. It's the appreciation for everything being the way it is. When it's deep and heartfelt, that gratitude, moments just, they don't matter, because everything is so beautiful, is so perfect, just the way it is. And so resonance that's a cool card. I like that card. Um, my my mouth is bothering me, so I'm gonna take a break and I'm gonna come back. Um, so I will be back momentarily. Hey, it's Alma. We're back at Tarot of the Soul. Taffy, I saw you say if it's okay, but that's all I saw, so I'm not sure what you were asking is okay. If you'd like a reading, yes, that is okay. I'd love to do one for you, but I'm not sure what you meant. Yeah, if that's not what you meant, let me know, because Son of Lilith is in the queue. So I'd like to, you know, uh, yeah, so you did want a reading. Good. Okay, good. So what, oh, are you okay going behind Son of Lilith? Because I was gonna just take care of you first. But, because, but yeah, so, well, what should I do?
Go ahead and do so.
Okay, all right, so yeah, we'll do Son of Lilith. You are up. What kind of reading can I get for you tonight? Hmm? Oh, yeah. Oh, thank you to Taffy for waiting. I appreciate you, being patient and letting Son of Lilith have their turn. My husband is very gracious. He thinks of the right things to say. I don't.
That's why I'm here.
That's why he's here, to help. Come in on a headset. That would be funny. Oh, that's reverse. Whoa. I would love your non-tarot reader commentary on my readings. He's loving an ox. It's upside down. The ox falls in love with you. So we'll give Son of Lilith a moment. I was away when they joined the queue. So give them a sec. So yeah, Taffy, I hope you're having a good night. I appreciate you being here. I'm glad you're taking it easy. You can relax and enjoy the time until you're reading. I'm not really good at riffing and just coming up with things to say. That's why the cards are nice. They give me inspiration to say things, cool things, hopefully resonant things.
Help you with some prompts. Think about that.
Think about your dad. I'm watching One Piece with your mom. Okay. I don't know what One Piece is, but I like that you're spending time with your mom and watching a show.
It's an anime.
Oh, my husband said it's an anime. Okay, so you're into anime. That's cool. Kinda about pirates-ish. Okay. Interesting. That might be up my alley. I apparently like pirates. Oh, not my kind of pirates. No, I'm wrong.
They're not dirty.
Too cartoony. Too clean. Kind of my thing, right? They also have a live action, but it's still ongoing. Okay. All right. So you have multiple ways you can watch it. That's pretty cool. Yeah, since Son of Lilith isn't here, let's go ahead and do your reading, Taffy, and then we can get Son of Lilith when they come back. You just got picked. Woo!
Woo woo.
Doot, doot, doot.
Celebrate.
I like your singing. I hope they get back too. I'm sure they will. You know, you probably stepped away while I was on my break. And general reading, please. Okay. Do you want to do a higher calling spread? The first card is the higher self spirit. And the second card is what can I do to support my healing? The third card is what small shift would be beneficial. The fourth card was what shadow aspects of self are not recognized. And the fifth card is how can I empower myself? Sure. Yes. All right. So the first card is the higher self spirit card. Four of Cups. That was in my reading. Justice. What can I do to support my healing? What small shift would be beneficial? Nine of Wands. What shadow aspects of self are not recognized? Six of Pentacles reversed. How can I empower myself? Ten of Wands. Okay. So let's see. Your higher self spirit is Four of Cups. Apathy, contemplation, feeling disconnected, melancholy, boredom, indifference, disconnect, or discontent. The Four of Cups represents boredom, self-isolation, and blockage. The querent may currently feel dissatisfied with their routine, unmotivated, or stuck in a rut. This card signifies that there are opportunities flowing toward the querent, but they have shut themselves off from receiving these gifts. This may be a result of having been hurt or rejected in the past. I believe you mentioned that you're in a place where you're not happy with what's going on. So maybe this card is reflective of that, as the higher self spirit, feeling disconnected or indifferent about where you're at presently. What can I do to support my healing? Justice. Reversed. Injustice, retribution, corruption, dishonesty, unfairness, avoiding accountability. The reverse meaning of justice in tarot is to show that you are living in denial. You are not willing to accept the consequences of your actions or those of others. Taking action gives you the chance to change and stop judging yourself. In legal matters, this could represent an unjust outcome of a case that you are not willing to accept. Well, for me, I feel the unfairness or the lack of positive connection to life, right? Ultimately, there is some measure of life that's just outside of our ability to control, and feeling that is unfair or unjust ultimately is a limiting belief pattern, because it closes off all the other ways life is good, but it just sees the unfairness as the dominant theme to pay attention to. So to support healing, let go of that feeling of negative connection to life and all its doubts and fears and worries and heaviness and hurts and pains and traumas. Those all exist, but we don't have to focus on those. We can make choices to pay attention to the good things in life, like spending time with your mom, positively sharing moments together. That's a blessing that you can hold on to, even despite however difficult other circumstances might be. What small shift would be beneficial? 9 of Wands. Last stand, persistence, grit, resilience, perseverance, close to success, fatigue. The 9 of Wands represents boundaries, resilience, and courage. The asker may be feeling worn down by life's tribulations or as though they cannot catch a break. The 9 of Wands reminds us to courageously stand firm in who we are, protect our boundaries and what we have built. It is the time to stay true to oneself and to practice the word no. I like that. You know, sometimes when things aren't the best, we overextend ourselves trying to make things better. But in order to be able to help others, we have to be able to help ourselves. And sometimes helping ourselves is saying no to giving too much. And so it's a healthy practice. What small shift would be beneficial? Saying no when it isn't right. Being able to set that boundary and give yourself that space to grow free of that negative connection. What shadow aspects of self are not recognized? 6 of Pentacles, reversed. Power dynamics, abusive generosity, strings attached gifts, inequality, extortion. The 6 of Pentacles reverse indicates a loss of money or theft of property due to negligence, dishonesty, or indiscretion. Someone may refuse to repay a debt or provide reciprocal services. You may soon have to pay off debts, which could deal a serious blow to your finances. The source of financial support may dry up and may not be able to get what is rightfully yours. So this card, it's speaking of shadow aspects, and this card is about money. And so a shadow aspect is how we relate to money. How do we let money influence how we feel about life? If all our positives are only happen because money is present, it's a shallow, fleeting kind of happiness, because if money goes away, so too does that happiness. But when you can find happiness apart from definitions of financial wealth, that's when there's meaning, lasting fulfillment, and just overwhelming abundance and prosperity to enjoy. How can I empower myself? 10 of Wands. Burden, responsibility, duty, stress, obligation, burnout, struggles, completion, relief. The farmer in the image is determined and steadfast, even though he is struggling. This shows that you are a strong and capable person, even when you are feeling overwhelmed. The 10 of Wands can also be a reminder to take care of yourself. Another card calling you to take care of yourself. The 10 of Wands can also be a sign of progress. The farmer in the image is almost finished sowing his field. This shows that you are nearing the end of a difficult period. So even though there's burden and responsibility, the difficult times are almost over. The garden or the farm is almost plowed and ready to grow. So I like the idea. I like that it reminds you to take care of yourself. So how can you empower yourself? By focusing on self-care. Because if you're well, then you can be well doing whatever you need to do. So it starts within. So yeah, I hope that provided some insight, some resonance, some understanding that was needed. and ultimately gave you something to walk away with. I appreciate you being here, Kathy. Well, being able to exercise again is helping you. Good. I'm glad you're able to find something that's helping you. That's awesome. Focus on that. That's definitely, exercise is so good, and I'm glad that you're able to participate in it, that you want to participate in it. So good. Yeah, you're welcome. Glad to share good words with you. I think I'm going to be done for the evening. It's not a long one for me, but I'm really feeling discomfort. And it's a slow night since it's so early. So I think I'm going to wrap up for the evening. I'm glad I got you a reading, Taffy. I'm sorry I'm missing Sunna Lilith. Hopefully I can get them. Oh, Mama Bubble, you're there. Hi. I appreciate you being there. I didn't know you were there. But yeah, I'm going to call it for the evening. I hope to be able to do this again soon. Trying to be proactive and do more streams more regularly. So, oh, you just came in. Okay. All right. Well, I'm glad to see you tonight before I hop off. I'm glad you made it to a stream. I think this might be your third stream in a row that you've been to, possibly. It feels like you've been in quite a few in a row. Yeah, I thought so. Well, I appreciate you being such a regular. I appreciate my regulars. I love that I have people that want to come back and visit me and let me do readings for them. It's really meaningful, and I like to have that in the community. So hubby's coming down, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap up, sign off, and I will see you guys next time. Thank you for being here. Sorry to cut out early, and I hope you have a good full moon. I like your soul, so just awesome. Well, thank you. Thank you. That is really sweet. I appreciate that, Mama Bubble. I appreciate that you like being here and that you have such kind words to say. It's really meaningful and everything I could hope for. So thank you for sending me off into the evening with those wonderful words. I really appreciate it. And I hope to see you next time. So thank you.